The Great Gospel of John, Book 8, Chapter 186. The third and fourth fires of purification. A third kind of fire will consist in the fact that I will awake already a few 100 years earlier ever clearer enlightened seers, prophets and helpers who will in my name, just as clear and truthful, teach the peoples everywhere about everything and will thus free them from all kinds of lies and deceit, which through false prophets and priests, even in my name, will clear the way for their downfall, and with that they will start, in a not too distant future, their evil beginning, and here and there they already have started it in my present time. They will, just like the other pagan priests, perform false signs and wonders and will deceive many people by which they will provide themselves with great earthly treasures, riches, might and great prestige, but by the third fire and its most bright light they will lose everything and go completely to ruin. And the kings and princes who want to help them will by that lose all their might, their wealth and their thrones. For I will awaken my kings and generals against them and will give them the victory, and so the ancient night of hell and its messengers among the people on earth will come to an end. As this night now consists in the pagan, blind and useless ceremony, which they call divine service, it will also exist in those times. But by the third kind of fire from the heavens it will be entirely devastated and annihilated because the lie will not be able to stand victorious in the battle with the light of the truth from the heavens, as less as the natural night can stand before the risen sun. It must flee in its most dark holes and depths, and those who stand in the light will search no more for the night. I have shown you now the third kind of fire that has an extremely destroying effect on the darkness of men, and so I also will show you a fourth kind of fire by which the earth, the people and all creatures will have to be purified by my second coming. This kind of fire will consist of all kinds of great natural upheavals of the earth. More precisely on those places of the earth where men have built too big and beautiful cities in which the greatest pride, lack of love, bad morals, false administration of justice, power, prestige, laziness and with that also the greatest poverty and all kinds of need and misery will prevail, caused by a too strongly grown out epicurism of the great and mighty. In such cities, through excessive pursuit of profit, all kinds of factories will be built on a large scale, and instead of human hands the work will be done by fire and water, together with thousands kind of artful machines that are made of metal. The heating will be done by means of the ancient coals of the earth that men will acquire in extremely great quantities from the depths of the earth. Once such activity will have attained its highest point by the force of the fire, the air of the earth will become too strongly saturated on such places of the earth with combustible kinds of ether, and these will soon ignite here and there and transform such cities and regions together with their many inhabitants into ruins and ashes, and that will then also be a great and effective purification. But whatever the produced fire will not have accomplished, that all kinds of great storms on earth will accomplish, obviously only though where this will be necessary, for without necessity nothing will be burned or destroyed. By that, also the air on the earth will be freed from its bad vapors and nature spirits, which will have a blissful influence on all other creatures on earth and which will also benefit the physical health of the people, because the many malicious bodily diseases will cease to exist and the people will be able to reach a healthy, strong and old age. Because the thus purified people will be standing in my light and will lively and truly keep forever the commandments of love from within, the earthly landed property will also be divided among the people in such a way that everyone will have so much that, with the right kind of zeal, he never will have to suffer need. the heads of the communities and also the kings, being entirely submitted to my will and standing in my light, will take care that there will never exist any need among the people. And I myself will once here then again visit the people and strengthen and establish them in those places where the people will have the strongest desire for me and possess the greatest love for me. And with this you have received now for you Greeks a very understandable answer to your question. Although it is a prediction for a still quite far away future, but it will not remain unfulfilled, for everything can perish sooner, even this earth and the whole visible sky, rather than that one of my words and predictions would remain unfulfilled. Did you well understand this now? Isaiah 24 verse 17 to 22. Terror and the pit and the snare are upon you, O inhabitant of the earth. He who flees at the sound of the terror shall fall into the pit, and he who climbs out of the pit shall be caught in the snare. For the windows of heaven are opened, and the foundations of the earth tremble. The earth is utterly broken, the earth is split apart, the earth is violently shaken. The earth staggers like a drunken man, it sways like a hut, its transgression lies heavy upon it, and it falls, and will not rise again. On that day the Lord will punish the host of heaven, in heaven, and the kings of the earth, on the earth. They will be gathered together as prisoners in a pit, they will be shut up in a prison, and after many days they will be punished.